Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are concluding our series on presence. We've gone over one, what presence is, two, the first two components of presence, how you act, how you speak, and now we're coming up on our favorite one, how you look. Now with our look, it's the first hurdle, as I mentioned in a few weeks ago. This is the first hurdle that I'm going to help you get over. And how you look, what we're going to discuss today, is far more deeper and far more greater than just putting on some clothes. It's actually a whole process of working from the inside out. But today we're just going to cover the basis of how you look. So with how we look, there's a connection between looking good and feeling capable. Because when we look good and we have on our favorite outfit, our favorite pair of shoes, our favorite jewelry, our favorite watch, we feel like we can conquer the world and do absolutely anything and everything that we put out or set out to do for that day. To our clients, to our managers, we look trustworthy. And we're going to get into a little about that because I have a illustration comparison, however I want to say it today, of how that actually works. And we've all seen it before. Or if you watch, CNBC, American Greed, or things like that, you'll know what I mean. Having a style that you're comfortable with as well. So you don't want to be wearing anything that makes you feel uncomfortable because, say, so-and-so wore it, or it's the latest trend, or it's the latest thing on the runway, or you saw an influencer wear it. Because you don't know if they feel comfortable in it, honestly. So it has to be something that you're comfortable within wearing. Because if you're comfortable in it, then your confidence rises and your capability rises to yourself. And then that affects how you work and how others see you. Because if you're not tugging on things, or if you're always looking around like, did I wear the right thing, or does this look good, or this look okay, that's going to take away from you and who you are and what we have to offer and how people see us. How we look is also, it's the filter that everything else, how we act, how we speak. Remember, it's the very first thing that people see. So it is important, and it's the last thing I'm talking about because the other two are just as important, but it's critical as well. If you have the other two down, they're going to filter you through how you look. And they're probably actually going to filter you how you look before they even get to how you speak and how you act. So that's why I call it, and that's why it's called the very first hurdle that we need to help you get over. Because once you get over that, then you can proceed on to everything else. Have you ever wondered, and this is for all of us that have worked or currently work in corporate America, have you ever wondered why someone who doesn't have the credentials that you do gets the job or gets the promotion? I want you to think about it, and when you do, I want you to think about, how did they look? I don't care what their work ethic is. I don't care. Don't worry about if they were late, or if they were, if they always had to ask for extensions. Just think about how they looked. Now, there's other things, of course, that can go on with that, right? But I just want you to think about, how did they look? How did they present themselves? And that might be one of the reasons why that they got it. But I just want you to focus. I don't want you to focus on anything else, because we know that there are different things that I just want you to think about, how does that person look? And that's it. Because your appearance can open doors for you and put you in play. Because people perceive you to be a certain way, just how you look. And if you get it wrong, you're going to be on to the next person. So this is why getting this piece right helps us in the long run. And I also want you to know that it's going to evolve with you as well over time. So as you elevate in your business in corporate America to the next levels, so will what you look and so will your style. And I want you to look at, and you can even do this with influencers that you see on IG, that you see on YouTube here, how they have evolved. So you will evolve as well. Because sometimes I think, and I am guilty of this, I look at them as far as who and where they are right here, right now, today. But if I go back maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, when they, started posting, or even years before, then I begin to see, guess what? They look just like I do now. They were trying to figure it out now. And I'm meeting them where they are at right now. And I didn't meet them 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm meeting them right here, right now, today. And it's taken time, and you can see how they have changed and how it has evolved. So don't worry about that, this is stuck in stone. It's sort of like our services, as service-based providers, and even if we're product-based providers, our products are going to evolve over time. So your style and your image is going to evolve over time as well. So what are a few things that we can take into consideration for this? So the first one is being groomed and polished. So this means you just can't throw anything on. Because as I've spoken earlier, and in prior videos, what you put on is a reflection of how you feel. You want to feel a certain way when you put something on. That's why you just can't put anything on. Because if you feel blah, that is how you're going to dress. It's going to come out in that way. So you want to take a moment, and you want to just say to yourself, just even it's in first thing in the morning and you're just feeling that you're feeling aggravated, you're feeling down, you're feeling bloated, you're feeling all of this, you're not feeling happy, and you're not feeling yourself. You want to take a moment, just relax. Think about, if you haven't already prepared your outfits for the week or for the day, what do you have going on? And what is the outcome that you want? And how do you want to feel right now? Because your clothes are to make you feel a certain way. Because if you want your clothes to make you feel happy, then you put on something that's going to make you feel happy. And that will carry you through the day. And you'll see how your emotions change. This is even for being on camera at work. So when you make the effort, it shows. And I think ultimately that's what it is. Because if we just throw on anything, people are going to see you as like, she doesn't really care about herself. If she doesn't take the time with her appearance, is she going to take the time with me? And if you don't take your time with your appearance, they're not even going to speak to you or turn your way, and they will miss out on how great your products or services are, or how great you are, what ideas you have. It shows also, not only shows respect for your clients, but it shows respect for you as well. So you always want to make sure that you're groomed and polished. And that also means is paying attention to the details. Making sure, giving yourself the once over before you leave. Making sure you don't have a lot of lint and things everywhere on your clothes. Things aren't stained. That, to me, is what polished is. Making sure your clothes are ironed. That's what all of that means. You don't want to wear, and you don't want to overdo it, but you always want to do it to where you feel comfortable and it makes you comfortable. And it also shows, as I've been reading, and it does kind of make sense, it shows your lack of discipline too. So your image shows you either have poor judgment or your lack of discipline. Because if I can't get this part right, why is somebody going to trust me with something else? And that's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is when I was growing up and I was young, and my mom would tell me things like, well, you got to dress like this, you got to wear this, you got to do that. I was young. I was a teenager. I was a young adult. Yeah, whatever. They'll like me for X, Y, and Z. But you would be surprised as you get older how much it is actually very true about how you look. The next one is wearing clothes that don't make you feel inauthentic to you, because it takes away from your confidence. So this is not anything about wearing things too tight, too small, too big. No. This is, you see me in a pencil neck skirt, and you see me in this beautiful blouse, and it's low cut. So you think, oh, well, she looks good in it. I think I wear the same size she does. Her confidence is overflowing. It'll do it for me. But when you put it on, it doesn't. You feel like you have to cover up. You don't like the fit of the skirt. You really don't like the blouse. But because I wore it, you think that, oh, I can duplicate that. And it makes you authentic to who you are. Because you might be someone that likes to wear jeans and t-shirts all the time. And you may not like skirts or dresses. That's inauthentic to who you are. If you like to wear jeans and pants and heels and things like, then make that is your authentic self showing. And that is how you want to show up even in your clothes. Style is personal. So you will never see me on here doing hauls or saying, and I may say, you can mix this and this together. But I'm never going to tell you, well, because I have this shirt on, you'll look good in it too. No. Because what I like and what you like are two totally, completely different things. So we have to make sure that what you're wearing, besides being comfortable, that it's authentic to who you are. Now, a lot of people don't like spending a lot of time on how they look or how they, but it is important. And in time, you'll be able to do it in like 10 to 15 minutes. But we're women, so it might take a little less. We still may take a little longer to always get dressed. But it's an experiment. How we look, what we're doing, it's an experiment. It's something maybe that you've always wanted to do and try to do. Experiment with it, because you never know. You don't know if you like it or not if you don't try. And all of us are on a journey to create our signature looks, refine it, or even reinvent it. And I'm on the journey actually of reinventing mine, right? Because I said it evolves. We're now coming out of almost a year and a half, and we're about to be able to go venture out in the world a little more. I've gotten rid of all of my clothes. Like, I just wear leggings that I wear to the gym and t-shirts. We haven't had to go out. Some of them have gotten big, some of them, my clothes have gotten big, so I need to buy smaller clothes. Some clothes I probably have to get hemmed. So reinventing, which is fun. You get to experiment. You want people to know us by our looks, by our signature styles and our signature looks, because it is what differentiates you from everybody else. So if somebody's flipping through social media, oh, that's Tiffany, because she wears, besides me wearing glasses, but she always wears a bold lip, and she always has on hoop earrings. That's her look. That's what's going to differentiate me from everybody else. So you always want to keep that in mind. Now, what I'm about to say next, I used to hate, and when I mean hate, I used to hate how people used to say this to me, but I promise you it is so true. You want to dress for the job you want and not for the job you have. I used to hate when people would say that. But as I've gotten older and as I begin to see others, it makes sense. Because they dress for who they want to be and not for who they are right now. And it actually helps you visualize and see yourself as the person that you want to be. And that's actually, you're able to evolve to who you want to be through style. So you can evolve through style, and style is definitely an evolution. So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you want to sell luxury homes or $1 million homes, the $1 million listings, do you look like those people? Do you look like those individuals that are buying $20 million homes? I want you to watch $1 million listing. If you watch it, they look like their clients. They look like their clients, and they don't mimic, they don't look like their clients, but they mimic their clients with how they dress on a level that their client understands. Even if it's in jeans and t-shirt, they would still know, oh, yeah, this is what she does. It's all in how, of course, how you put everything together. So you do, when they talk about knowing your target, your ideal client, you do have to know, like, other than how much they make, where they live, what do they wear? And then you want to incorporate some pieces. That's why having your investment pieces are important. It doesn't have to be your whole wardrobe, but it might be in your accessories. It might be your shoes, it might be your purse, it might be your jewelry, it might be your coat. Things like that. Do you want to become a partner at your law firm? What do the partners look like? Are they uber conservative? Or are they relaxed? Or are they a little bit in between? You're a business coach and you want to speak at a conference. What is the audience like? It's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and keep in mind, you still have to be authentic to yourself. But it's little things that you have to do. Those are the things when I may pay attention to the details. Those are the things that will signal to your audience or who you're trying to attract. It will signal to them on a subconscious level. It's more than just doing the work. It's more than just being great at closing a deal, getting your client what you want. This right here, this is the icing on the cake. And you always have to remember, this is the very first thing that they see. So if they don't see what they're kind of looking for, they're going to go right by you. Even if you're an expert in your area of expertise. So earlier I was talking about the example I was going to use. So I used to watch American Greed a lot. And they used to talk about con artists a lot. And with con artists, they have to con you. And how is it that a con artist can con people that are millionaires, billionaires? How can they blend? How is it that they can affiliate and associate with them? They look like them. They study millionaires. They study people with wealth. I'll say it that way. They study wealthy people. They know what their habits are. They know how they dress. They know where they hang out. They know the language that they use. They know how they act. So they're able to blend in. So it's sort of like you're blending in, but you're standing out just a little bit. That is how they're able to get away with what they get away with for so long. And that's why I use them as an example, because when you watch these shows, you're like, but he has money too. But then you realize they're flat broke and they're actually conning them out of money so that they can do whatever they need to do. Right? So it's all just in their appearance. He could have on a pair of black pants, and a shirt, a button down, and a Rolex watch. And drive a fancy car. They're going to automatically assume that he belongs there. It's all about how they dress. It's all about their presence. It's everything together. And I know that's a crazy, far out example. But when you really watch, it makes sense. They do this very well, right? And yes, we have our Oprah Winfrey's, we have our Michelle Obamas, our President Obama. You have those individuals, but really begin to look, you really begin to really see how this plays out in all areas of life. As crazy as it sounds. And probably what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, but I promise you that it actually does. But guess what? That's part of me being here, right? Is to get better at it and to go deeper and to explain how all of this kind of works together, because it's sort of like a psychology. But they're able to infiltrate those areas in those group of individuals just by how they look and the research they do. I think the movie 6 Degrees of Separation is a good example of a movie of how I think Will Smith was in the movie, and how he plays a character that was I think he was a con artist, and he was able to infiltrate and be in Groomed to he wasn't, or I think he stole somebody's identity. I can't remember, but I think that movie would definitely be a good example. Or even To Catch Me If You Can was as well. The character was not a airline pilot, but he dressed and looked like one, talked like one. So I really want you, they're crazy examples, but they actually hit the nail on the head. So how we look, to conclude everything, how you look is always the one thing you can control. We can't control anything else, but we can control this. And if we get this right, we're able to talk to people in a nonverbal way. We're able to attract our ideal clients, ideal job, ideal audiences, just by how we dress. Because we did not go through and make all of these products, services, create this great resume, get all of these accolades and all these skill sets to sit here and no one hear or listen to us, because we have not began to build and evolve our style. And I think it's always great, and I'm not saying not to start where you're at, because guess what? I'm starting where I'm at as well. But what I am saying is that you have to begin to pay more attention to it and not think about it as something that you do when you make your first 100K or your first 250 or your first $1 million. No, this is something that you do at the very beginning, sort of like how you do, sort of how I'm learning that I have to do mindset work along the way. You have to do style work and style evolution along the way as well, because once you get to that mark of 100K to 250 to $1 million, you don't want to look, and I know I don't want to look like how I look right now. It will be different. It might not be a major change, but there will be different things. You know, it might be my hair. It might be I stop wearing my glasses all the time. It might be the shirts that I wear. People will be able to see that change over time. It's something that has to begin to evolve with you from the beginning. And this is something that you don't, that even though we're worrying about different things, we still have to worry. This is something that you have to worry about as well, and begin to put it in as part of your plan. Not every day, but just starting to kind of integrate that into your overall plan. So how do we do this? So one of the biggest things is hey, hi, it's me, it's Tiffany. I'm an image coach. Ask for help. That's what we're here for. We hire people for our finances, to get our finances together. We hire personal trainers to get our bodies together or join gyms for our bodies. We hire career coaches to help us with our resumes. We hire business coaches to help us put our business and our operations and systems in place. And I can go on and on and on, but we don't ask for help when we're trying to get our image together. And that's what we're here for. For me, to help you dig deep and figure out, how do you want to feel? How do you want to look? What have you thought about? What issues have you had in the past? What have you thought about in, moving forward? Do you have time to go shopping? Have you cleaned out your closet? What are you holding on to in there? Because to me, of course, whatever you're holding on to in there, that's the start of it. Do you have clothes already that you can use and begin to build outfits with? You may not necessarily have to go shopping. What is your personal style, to kind of bring that out in the beginning, right? That's what we're here to help you do. And that's what I'm here to help you do. But I also want you to know that it's more than just putting on clothes. It's about dressing from the inside out. And what's stopping you from buying that fabulous outfit or wearing that outfit that you have in your closet that is perfect for you, but it still sits in the back of your closet? Why? So let's pull it out and let's start wearing it so that you can activate your powers, right? To activate your confidence. And maybe, just maybe, nudge you out of your comfort zone just a little bit. So that's what I'm here for. And that's what all of us as image consultants, wardrobe stylists, image coaches, that's what we're here for. Because we want you to look your best when you're out there conquering the world. And number 2, you want to stay in costume, as they call it, all the time. You want to stay in character. Because that way, it's sort of like you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But when you're out and you're conducting business, you always want to look like you're out and conducting business. It's the small things. If you have a blazer on, I remember they used to say, always keep a blazer at your desk just in case. And say the just in case comes and you have, I don't know, if you're at work and you have the senior VP come down to talk to you, but he just saw you 5 minutes ago and you have on, say, a top and jeans, things like that. And he just met you 5 minutes ago, and how you looked wasn't necessarily the greatest, but then you put it on because you have a meeting, and guess who's sitting in your meeting? So you kind of always want to keep that going throughout the day. And then, of course, when you get home and you're off of work, you can wear and do whatever it is that you want to do. But when we're out here conducting business, we always want to look our best and always be on all the time, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to get introduced to. And it's all part of the greater mindset. And I know we hate hearing that, mindset this, but how you dress is actually part of your mindset. So you definitely want to always keep that in mind. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, thinking I'm on a podcast. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. If you're looking for help with your style and your image, my website is in the description box below. Check it out. So I can help you create your image and create what you're looking for, and to help you on your personal journey, because style is personal, to help you on your journey to have you looking and feeling your best. So as always, take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys next week in the next video. Bye guys.